It's not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff so you get the videos I put them out. See them thinking, see, analyzing that data. But like I tell every day, the data they release us is false. It give us a false narrative of the market so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen, I have come to the conclusion that the market makers is the biggest scam in the history of the stock market, okay? And this is just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I believe they were created to give them another way to rob retail investors. All this nonsense about market efficiency is absolute nonsense, okay? Absolute nonsense. These market makers are running what I believe to be like a Ponzi scheme on the American people. They can keep creating counterfeit shares day in, day out, and nobody says anything. Every single day, you look at AMC, you look at GME, millions of counterfeit shares available every day. 10, 20 times the float traded, and nobody sees a problem with that. Nobody goes and talk to the market makers and tell them to shut it down. It is like one big Ponzi scheme, okay? It is one big Ponzi scheme. In no other industry would you be allowed to do anything like this. Could you imagine, you're a company, you manufacture widgets, for example, widgets, and you know that you've only produced 100,000 widgets, but you see that over 1 million widgets were sold. You only produced 100,000 widgets, but 1 million widgets were sold. You know what the company would do? They would call the FBI. They would call the DOJ. They would call their politicians. They would start an investigation right away into who was fabricating all these counterfeit widgets. But somehow, in the United States stock market, they can create millions of counterfeit shares of any company, and nobody is held accountable. And at the same time, pushing down the real value of the stock and robbing the retail investors, robbing the pension funds, robbing the institutions that follow the law. Our politicians needs to supervise these market makers a whole lot better. There has to be a limit on how many counterfeit shares they can produce for so-called market efficiency. Once a stock goes over 100%, they should not be able to keep making, well, not even making them, just sending counterfeit shares electronically to people's account. I think that is federal wire fraud because they're sending it over state lines, something that they know does not exist. Because if they already sold the entire float and then they keep sending the shares, they can't say that they weren't aware that they were selling counterfeit shares. The bottom line is this. If the market makers are allowed to continue doing what they're doing, eventually they're going to implode the entire global economy because everybody's aware of all the fraud and corruption done by the market makers every single day. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think any other industry you'd be able to create counterfeit copies of a product in that industry and you wouldn't be in handcuffs? Anyway, have a great day. God bless. And I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.